Hello everybody. We're going to be looking at Chainlink today, doing a little market update video, and I'm actually going to start off on the weekly time frame because some of the time frames are saying different things, but overall this weekly time frame has me feeling pretty bullish about Chainlink right now. If you look down at Market Cipher B, we are about to print a green dot on the momentum wave on the weekly time frame. You see the VWAP about to cross over into the positive, and green dots on the weekly time frame typically signify major bottoms. You can see every time that we got a green dot on the weekly time frame, it was the bottom, at least for a couple of weeks. And the fact that we are getting a green dot on the weekly time frame as we are coming down to this extremely significant line of support, the one that's been defining our bottoms since about July of 2020, and we are also holding support on top of a level where we previously had resistance. So overall, the weekly time frame has me feeling pretty bullish about Chainlink, although the money flow is still decreasing. And I would like to see us eventually get this money flow heading back on an uptrend. Just because we print a green dot on the weekly time frame, just because we put in a major bottom, doesn't mean we have to absolutely rip immediately. We could still hang out in this formation for a couple more months. So I would eventually like to see us turn this money flow around on the weekly time frame. But the fact that we're about to get this green dot on the weekly gives me lots of confidence that we have held this support and that Chainlink could just simply be sitting in this accumulation zone that it's basically been in for, over a year and a half. We've come down out of this area. We've came up out of this area. But overall, for over a year and a half, Chainlink has been trading in this area. Now, coming down to the daily time frame, you can kind of see what Chainlink is doing on the smaller time frames. About 10 or so days ago, we broke this major resistance, and we even came down to touch it on a wick here. Then we kind of started trading in this little, flag type formation, broke out of it, held support on it right here. But we did get rejected at this area where we previously had support, showing that this area is resistance now. And if you look on Market Cipher B, we are about to get a red dot on the daily time frame. So just like I said when we were looking at the weekly time frame, just because we're about to get this green dot doesn't mean that Chainlink is going to rip immediately. And the fact that we are finding resistance on this area now and we're about to get a red dot, plus the fact that the daily money flow isn't looking the best, it's not too bad, but it looks like it could kind of do something like that, come down a little bit more. Maybe Chainlink just kind of trades inside of this range for a little bit longer. Maybe we revisit the bottom of the range. But as long as we hold support on this orange trend line right here, I'm not going to be too worried about what Chainlink is doing inside this range. And in fact, if we could come down a little bit lower, maybe put in a higher low, but we get a lower low on the momentum waves, forming some sort of bullish divergence on the daily time frame, that would be really juicy, especially since people seem really eager to accumulate Chainlink down to these levels. If we form some sort of bullish divergence, I could see us getting a pretty decent move here for Chainlink. And looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours not looking too good. We have a bearish divergence as we were coming up to this resistance level, and we have had a pretty substantial move down here, about 10% down. So there is a possibility that this was the worst of this bearish divergence And the money flow on the 4-hour is still technically increasing. So maybe we can hold support on this level where that we held support on back here. But the VWAP doesn't seem to be curving back up yet. So I think because of this bearish divergence, there is a chance we could see some more downside action for Chainlink. But like I said, different time frames are saying different things. And looking on the 1-hour, it does seem like we could be forming a hidden bullish divergence here. You can see when we tested this level for support the first time, the momentum wave was pretty small. And this one that we're printing now has put in a lower low. But it seems like price is making a higher low here. Even if we come down a little bit farther, if we hold this trend line as support, we'll still be putting in a higher low. So we're probably going to get a hidden bullish divergence on the 1-hour. So if we're able to find a reversal here and get above this resistance line and hold it as support, I could see that weekly green dot that we're about to print give Chainlink some positive momentum. But if not, if the green dot gets dragged out a little bit and we end up coming a little lower, sure, there is lots of people who will be happy with the chance to accumulate Link a little bit cheaper. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, consider liking the video, subscribing, and even turning on my post notifications. Really appreciate the support, everyone. And I will see you all on Thursday for my next video. Peace out, everyone.